What's going on? This ain't gonna be too long. Yeah, I want to touch on Tony Weeks real quick. Um, we already know what happened last Saturday with Rolando Romero and his gifted win against Ismail uh, Barroso for a 140-pound WBA title. And the boxing world is on fire right now. Tony Weeks got the whole boxing world on fire with his terrible stoppage. And many people believe that this stoppage was set up. It was Rolly was set up to become a champion. I kind of touched on that in a video I made yesterday, where it's almost like they put Rolly in the mix because eventually all roads will probably lead back to Javante Tank Davis. I really think that's what's going to end up happening eventually. But Tony Weeks is the one that's getting a lot of hell right now for the stoppage because he is the ref. The referee is the one that's in the ring. He is the one that is in control of these boxers' lives. Their lives are in his hands. All right, and that fight was clearly a premature stoppage. Now we don't see, we wasn't in the ring with Tony Weeks. He probably saw something different, but I doubt it, man. It was a clear case of corruption, bro. It seemed like boxing is headed in a really bad direction. I mean, I think boxing always had a form of corruption, but it seemed like now it's just getting really blatant. Now, with that being said, though, Tony Weeks, if he actually in front of the world pretty much showed you right there how corrupt boxing is. But the question is though, is he the only one responsible for what happened that night for Rolando Romero being gifted a real world title? Somebody had to tell Tony Weeks to do that. It couldn't. It's not like Tony Weeks had any vested interest to do that on his own. He don't. He's a ref. So somebody directed Tony Weeks to do that. Now who is it? Who could be responsible for this? All roads point back to the PBC. You know, somebody would say Al Heyman is responsible for this. All right, they want that WBA 140-pound title, and now they got it. It's in house. And chances are they're not gonna let Rolando Romero fight anybody of those other champions. I said he'll get smoked by all of them, but the only chance he has really is a puncher's chance against them. But the one that he might could beat, even with a puncher's chance, it will be Matthias. He's probably the only one because he has the worst defense. He has the worst skill set between him and Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis. Right, so somebody else has something to do with that. A lot of people say, organized crime played a hand in this. But you know something, man? That might be true for like generally speaking in all of boxing. Maybe organized crime do have some kind of a hand in that. But as far as this fight right here between Rolando Romero and Ismael Barroso, that shit was. I don't think that was nothing with no organized crime. That was strictly a promotional company pulled that stunt, and I would have to point my finger at the PBC for this one. There's so many different angles you can look at this thing, man. I can't get into it right now, but there's a lot of different angles you can get into regarding this thing. All right. So is Tony Weeks solely responsible? What you think about it? Let me know what you think. But I know for a fact it wasn't just Tony Weeks. Somebody told Tony Weeks to do that. Somebody told they paid him off to do that. In my opinion, allegedly. I don't know. I wasn't there. But that was clearly a blatant robbery, bro. Really, right before your eyes, man. Floyd Mayweather got something to do with it? Is it Al Heyman? Is it the entire PBC? Who has something to do with this? Because it was some shenanigans going on, dude. So we can't just blame Tony Weeks. You can't even blame Rolando Romero for this. He probably don't even know what's going on. He probably had no idea that fight was gonna get stopped for him. He probably thought either he was gonna win by knockout or he just was gonna lose one way or another. I don't think Rolly knew what was going on. Now he do, and he's taking full advantage of the limelight because he wants to be the bad guy. Rolly is the new villain of boxing. I told y'all, his mouthpiece got him the way he is, bro. His mouthpiece and his special help from his handlers, So Tony Weeks is not the only one responsible. I think we need to look at other people too, and don't just blame Tony Weeks. It's kind of like similar to blaming a cop when a cop arrests you for a fucked up law. You can blame the cop, but who wrote the law? Who who wrote the law for the cop to enforce in the first place? Go get him too. The cop is responsible for acting on it, just like Tony Weeks says. Hold Tony Weeks accountable, but also hold the people that told Tony Weeks to do that accountable as well. Just my thing. But anyway, this is Rebel Like Boxing, man. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment, like, sub, all that hot stuff. I'll catch y'all later on the next one. And I'm off this. Enjoy your night. Peace.